They have given up their jobs to help people to connect to their divine selves. Be divine, all caps. And they have been in this field for about 8 years. They hold talks, they conduct workshops and seminars on spiritual counseling. They do it in person to person, and they do it through Skype also. They have clientele from all over the world, from many countries, I should say. And friends, today we have this meditation workshop where we are going to have a few basics on meditation, perhaps some do's and don'ts also. Almost all of us would have tried to sit for some time. Actually, I tried to sit for 2-3 minutes, which I know I could. And some stray thought passes the mind, and this is gone forever. So we think of meditation, we think of doing it, we plan to do it, but most of us, many of us know, they don't do, we can't do. Today we have the right time to learn, to concentrate, perhaps after these sessions to meditate. And all this is towards, in their own words, spiritual sadhana. Welcome you, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your kind words. Good afternoon and namaste to all of you. Welcome to the meditation workshop. Let us begin this meditation workshop with a meditation. Sit comfortably. Do not cross your legs. Close your eyes. Keep your back straight and your neck straight. Shoulders straight and relaxed. And keep your palms in your lap, shaped like little bowls or cups to receive the energy. And just allow your body to be comfortable. Do not strain your body. Take a few deep breaths. Now visualize or imagine any form of God close to your heart, sitting right in front of you. Any form that you pray to. Or if you wish, you may even visualize just light in front of you. And now imagine or visualize a ribbon connecting your heart to God's heart. Any colored ribbon, any color that you like. Now that we are connected, let us start by handing over the direction of today's workshop to God, asking God to bring to each one of us what God best knows we need today. And now, ask God to send you through the ribbon relaxing energy as you breathe in ask God to send us through the ribbon healing energy as you breathe in. We all need healing. Some need physical healing, some need mental, and some need emotional healing. So as you breathe in, allow whatever you need to come to you. And as you breathe out, release any discomfort in any part of you. Release any thought or feeling that you are unwell. Take 2 or 3 more breaths of the healing energy. Now ask God to send you through the ribbon cleansing or purifying energy as you breathe in. Just as you take a bath to cleanse yourself physically, breathe in this energy to cleanse you from the inside. And as you breathe out, let go of any negative thoughts or feelings that you may be holding on to within. Any thoughts of anger, fear, envy, greed, unforgiveness, resentment, sadness, feelings of rejection. Just breathe them out. Take 2 or 3 more breaths of the cleansing energy. Next, ask God to send you through the ribbon strengthening or re-energizing energy as you breathe in. This is a superior kind of energy, a superior kind of strength, the divine strength that you are breathing in. And as you breathe out, let go of any feelings of weakness or exhaustion or even that you are tired. And allow this divine energy to fill you completely. Take 2 or 3 more breaths of this strengthening energy. Now let us ask God to send us through the ribbon a special kind of love, unconditional love, love that accepts you just as you are and who you are without any conditions. This is not the kind of love that says, I love you if you do this for me. I love you if you behave a certain way. I love you if you do what I say. This is not that kind of love. It's a very pure and unconditional love, which only God can give you. So open your heart right now and allow yourself to receive this beautiful and precious gift of God. And as you breathe out, let go of any thoughts or feelings that prevent you or stop you from receiving this love. Any thoughts of unworthiness or inadequacy or low self-esteem, breathe them out. God's love is your birthright. You don't have to do anything to receive it. Only your willingness is enough. Feel this love moving through your body, saturating your frame, moving through your hands, your legs, your torso, and your mind so that you have loving thoughts. Take 2 or 3 more breaths of this unconditional love. Now that you are radiating this unconditional love of God, it's a good idea to share it with the people in your life. Your family members, your friends, your colleagues, people who work for you, even people with whom you have a difficult relationship, or people that you do not like, or people that you think do not like you. Just see who flashes across your mind. And when you're ready to share, fold your hands like you do Namaste, pointing your fingers towards each of these people as they flash across your mind. Just spending one moment on each person and moving to the next person, allowing the love of the high seed to flow through you to them. I repeat once again, fold your hands like you do Namaste and allow the love of the high seed to flow through your fingers to each of these people. Everyone who is open to receiving this love will benefit from it. Now, and next, let us share this love with groups of people across the world. Groups of people who need this love. Some suggestions are children in orphanages, people in old age homes, people who are homeless, any groups that come to your mind. People in prisons, people who are in hospitals. See what comes to you. And when you're ready to share, once again, fold your hands in the Namaste posture and allow this love to flow through you to each of these groups. Once again. And lastly, let us share this love with places across the world. Places where there is warfare, places where there is some kind of a political unrest or an economic crunch, places where there is violence, places where there is darkness. See what comes to your mind. And once again, when you are ready to share, hold your hands in the Namaste posture and send the love of God to these places. You may even send this love to your own country and to Mother Earth. Again. Now it's time to share this love with your own self. So put your hands around yourself as if you were hugging yourself or embracing yourself, and silently in your heart say to yourself, I love me, and mean it from your heart. And now let us say this together 3 times loudly. I love me.
I love me.
You can do better. Can you do loudly? I love me.
I love me.
I think you can do still better. I love me.
I love me.
Great. You can relax. You can rub your hands, your legs, your eyes slowly. Welcome back. In today's workshop, we will be covering topics like what is meditation, what are the benefits of meditation, why you need to meditate, the properties of meditation, and of course, how to meditate. I have a few questions before we begin. How many of you do any kind of sadhana, like Nam Japa or bhajans, You can raise your hand and let me know. Thank you. How many of you meditate? Okay, thank you. How many of you think of your work as your sadhana? Wow. That's awesome. So, well, meditation is a type of sadhana. Sadhana in itself has different forms. As we said, chanting, bhajans, or meditating, and of course considering your own work as your biggest sadhana. Now, there are 7 billion people on this planet and there are 7 billion ways to God. So whatever works for you is fine. And we are here to share with you what we practice. Now, let us begin with what is meditation. From those of you who meditate, I would like to hear from you. What is meditation? You can share whatever is your understanding.
Just relaxing and a state of thoughtlessness and trying to relax.
Fantastic.
Keeping our mind and body in a particular point without thinking.
Okay. And what we have experienced is meditation is connecting with the God within. Meditation is communion with God. Now, if we go back to the truth, what our Vedas teach us, what our holy scriptures teach us, that we are all divine and have always been divine. We are all already God. And God not from an ego perspective, but from the truth that God is love, God is joy, God is bliss. But the problem is we all forget. We all get caught up in this Maya experience, this illusion, and we start taking this drama, this play, very seriously. And we forget this truth. We get caught up. Meditation helps you to go beyond this Maya, to be able to experience yourself for the way you really are, which is completely divine. Now, why do you think we should connect? What is the reason? Again, that is to realize that we are divine. We are completely divine. Apart from this truth, the other benefits are that we have calmer minds, we feel more happy, and of course, good health. All of us have a lot of health issues. Because of the stress levels. But once you start meditating, you are so much, in a state of joy that all illnesses run away. And it is now scientifically proven that, medically proven, that meditation helps to reduce health disorders. My husband is a cardiologist, so that's why I'm able to say this. And so, love, happiness, and good health being really our primary focus areas. Okay. So when we said that meditation is important for us to be able to connect with the divine self that we already are, so how will you be able to connect with that divine self? That is when the mind becomes silent. So the techniques that we do for meditation are meant to silence the mind, because it is in that silence that you can experience your communion with God. So most of the techniques that we do, the sitting techniques, are aimed at gaining this inner silence. Let us look at the properties of meditation now. So, properties of meditation, these are very, meditation, there is a discipline needed. With good discipline, you will be able to experience the best of meditations. So, the first property being the right place. So, you choose a proper place in your house. If you have a puja room or an altar, make that place the place that you meditate every day. You can have an asana for yourself, an asana that nobody else uses. It's like your personal asana. So that place is what you should use to meditate every day.
reason for that is also because the earth has a gravitational force. So if you sit simply on, say, a floor like this, then whatever energy you get, the earth will actually pull that in. It doesn't stay with you. So if you put any mat or any kind of a bed sheet or a cloth, then that energy stays with you.
And then as you meditate more, you will benefit even from that asana. That asana will hold the energy, the positive energy that you have gained through these meditations. Right? So the next property is proper posture. So when you don't have to hunch or so you keep your back straight. You don't have to strain the body. You don't have to make the body uncomfortable. You can keep your back straight, the neck straight, shoulders also straight and relaxed. And if you're sitting on a chair, you don't have to always sit down. If you're sitting on a chair, you uncross your legs, don't cross the legs. As you're meditating, at any point of time, if you feel the body is uncomfortable, you're free to change your posture a bit so that you're still relaxed. Because the point is to not make the body strained. If you are strained, then the mind will again become very active, and then you can focus on your meditation. So keeping the body comfortable and the posture erect so that the energy is flowing in properly. So that's the right posture.
The fingers can be in this mudra, the Dhyana mudra it's called, where the index finger is joining the thumb, which essentially means Atma meeting the Paramatma. So it can be like this, and the wrists are resting on your knees. You can sing, as she said, you can either be sitting on a chair or a sofa, or you can be sitting in a cross-legged posture on the floor. You can even, if some of you can sit in Padmasana, that's also fantastic. But remember that your back has to be straight. Do any of you have difficulty in keeping your back straight? No? Great.
You can use a back rest if you have any back problems. Back rest and allow your back to rest and be straight.
Sometimes it helps to even imagine that there is a string that is pulling you up like this, helping your back and neck both to be straight. Sometimes you see when people meditate, their heads go down like this, or because they're feeling so much energy. No, actually, that's not right. That's not the right thing to do. Now comes proper time, or the right time to meditate. Actually, meditation is 24 hours a day. It's not 1 second or 5 minutes or 10 minutes that you're able to sit. Meditation is 24 hours a day. But sitting meditation, what we are talking about now in this context, is where you're able to take some time out from your busy schedules and connect with the God self within. The best time for meditation is the Brahma Muhurtam. That is from 3 a.m. to 6 a.m. in the morning. That is the best time. Because the silence that you can experience then is phenomenal. It's beyond words. If you can't meditate at that time, the next best time is any time before 8 in the morning. That is called the Sattvic time. These are the best times really. When you have a focused practice, where you're say meditating for, as you start in say 15 to 20 minutes, and then gradually increasing it, what remains throughout the day is that feeling, that bliss, that joy, that equanimity. Many people feel that they would like to meditate in the evening, say between 5 and 6, or at sunset or sunrise times. That is also fine. Okay. So you can choose any time, but stick to it. Don't change the times. Don't say one day at this time, and someday at another time. Think of it like this. Think of it as being your appointment with God. If God tells you, meet me at 6 a.m. tomorrow morning, what would you do? You would do anything possible to keep that, right? But if someone were to tell you, come tomorrow morning at 6, I'll give you $1 million. Probably won't be able to sleep all night. Right? But the point here is, this is your appointment with the God Self. So make all efforts to keep that appointment. We've had experiences where, we are devotees of Bhagavan Satya Sai Baba. And I'll share the story where my husband, he grew up in the US and he was studying to be a doctor. he would get up every morning at 4 and meditate, despite studying to be a cardiologist. Every morning he would get up at 4. But one morning he was very tired because he had done a 48-hour duty call and he was very tired. So that day he said, "Oh, let me get up a little late and I'll get up maybe at 5:30 and all that." So he just got up and then he went into the bathroom to brush his teeth. And as he did that, suddenly the door of the bathroom opened and Sai Baba walked in. This is in the US. And he walked in and said, "I've been waiting for you. Where have you been?" So God waits for us. It is we who have to learn to keep the appointment. So stick to one time. Okay?
Just adding to the time part also, when she's talking of time, it's not like you meditate today and the next time you meditate is after a month. There has to be consistency in your meditation, and that is why we say daily meditation. So it's like a vitamin, you take vitamins for the physical body. When you're taking vitamins, you take a vitamin every day. So the effect of the vitamin lasts for say 24 hours. Similarly, meditation is like the vitamin for the soul. So if you're meditating today at a particular time, you have to meditate again tomorrow at the same time, so that the energy of the meditation or the positivity that it brings to you stays with you. And it will build over a period of time as you continue to meditate every single day.
The next property is proper breathing. Actually, most of us don't breathe properly. We actually breathe shallow. How many times do you catch yourself breathing? You just do that. That's it. Now, if your breathing is not correct, then your mind will go all over the place. Okay. A good way to check your breathing is, all of you just take your right hand and keep it on your stomach. You take your left hand and keep it on your chest. Now just breathe. Check to see, is your stomach going out or is your chest going out? That is the wrong way of breathing. As you breathe in, it's your stomach that needs to go out. So when you are meditating, make sure you are breathing the right way. Make sure you breathe. As you breathe in, your stomach should come out. It's like a balloon filling up with air. And as you breathe out, your stomach goes back right in. Actually, this is called cross-polarization. In fact, we had a neurologist recently who said, you can do the deepest of meditations without any impact, but if your breathing is not right, you cannot do it, you cannot experience anything. So make sure you're breathing properly. Right breathing. Very important.
Last property is proper food. We spoke earlier about silencing the mind. So out of the many things that affect the mind or which make the mind more active, one of the important things is food. The food that you eat affects your mind also. So to help you to go into silence, if you're eating pure food, fresh food, food that is free of chemicals, and what we call as a sattvic food, that will really help the mind to become more silent. So you should avoid any kind of impure food like alcohol, non-vegetarian food, or anything that is making the body more gross or creating more activity for the mind. So that is also very important.
Try to eat foods that have a lot of prana in them, life force. Using fresh fruits, fresh vegetables, drink lots of water. So because you are what you eat. So if you're going to eat foods that have, should I say, more rajasic in nature, then your mind will always be like this. If you're eating foods that are very tamasic, then you'll be very lazy. And then especially spiritual laziness is the biggest enemy really. It doesn't allow us, it's okay, we'll do it tomorrow. It's really okay, nobody's losing anything. But that should be the top of our list really.
And we also watch how much we eat. So don't tend to overeat. Just take the right amount of food that you need to sustain your body.
So let's revise. So we discussed what is meditation, what are the benefits of meditation, well, properties of meditation. Right posture, right breathing, right place, right breathing, right food, and right time. Any questions? It's a very good audience, no questions.
Feel free to ask any questions.
So now we come to how do you meditate. Right? So these basics are clear. Now let's understand how to meditate. We'll share a few techniques with you. Please feel free to use whatever works for you. We are here to empower you, to share our knowledge, and you can choose whatever you like. The first technique is called the Soham breathing. The Soham breathing. Right? If you all notice your breath, notice your how you're breathing. Your breath normally makes the sound of Soham. Right? As you breathe in, it does so, and as you breathe out, it does hum. Naturally, it happens. But in this type of meditation, you will breathe in so, you will pause, and you will breathe out hum. You are saying so and hum internally. Now, as you breathe in so, let's say for example, normally when you are inhaling, you take about 3 seconds to inhale. So now you will inhale for 3 seconds, pause for 3 seconds, and exhale for 3 seconds. Okay? Please do it at your pace. We don't want anyone turning blue or fainting. Right? So if it takes 4 seconds for you to breathe in, 4 seconds to pause, 4 seconds to exhale. Okay? Whatever is your pace. But you're going to do so, pause, hum. You're going to do it internally. Okay? So the first few times we'll take you through it and then we'll ask you to do it as what is comfortable for you. Okay? So again, if you can sit up with your back and your neck straight. Take a nice slow deep breath, and as you breathe in, say so. Pause. Hum. So. Pause. Hum. Do it at your own pace, internally. So, pause and hum. God for this experience and slowly come back. How did that feel? Immediately settled, right? The beauty of the Soham practice is that it can be done any time. Because anyway you're doing it, anyway you're breathing, but just consciously doing it. Like if you're waiting for someone, you're waiting in line, you're stuck in traffic. So many times that instead of letting the mind go all over the place, just take a deep breath and start doing the Soham practice.
Any of you face any difficulty while doing this? Anything obstructing you or distracting you as you are breathing in and breathing out? Let's go to the next set of techniques, which we call loving God. When we started, we said that meditation is communion with God. So when you are in that communion with God, all that you feel is love. So how can you create that experience of love, loving God for yourself? So we'll share 3 techniques here. So let's start with the first one. Close your eyes again. Sit comfortably. Bring your back straight, your neck straight, shoulders straight and relaxed. Eyes closed. Hands in your lap. Take a few deep breaths and allow yourself to settle down, to calm down. Compose yourself. Bring your attention to this moment. Visualize or imagine the form of God closest to your heart, walking towards you from a distance. If you do not wish to imagine any form, you may even visualize God as light coming towards you. And you are waiting for this form to come closer to you. God is walking and coming closer and closer to you. Observe what's going on in your heart, the thought that God is coming towards you. God is coming more closer to you. Then He comes and sits right in front of you. Allow yourself to feel whatever you're feeling. This God is sitting right in front of you. Observe this form from top to toe. Observe the hair of the form, the eyes of the form, face, hands, feet, clothes of this form, the beauty of this form, the love that this form is radiating. Allow yourself to receive this love and this energy that the form is radiating. Allow yourself to feel the joy and happiness as you experience this form right in front of you. Allow yourself to get lost in this form, to forget your own self, and exist. What exists is only this God that you believe in. You wish you can interact with this form. Touch the form. Talk to the form. What is it that you would like to share with God? What is it that you would like to tell God? And more importantly, would you like to listen to what God has to tell you? I wish you would take this opportunity to ask God, what is it that you would like to tell me? As you silence yourself, you will be able to listen. Remain in the state of calm, enjoying God's love for a few minutes. Whenever you feel comfortable, slowly open your eyes. Anybody like to share what they felt or experienced? You're one family, you can just share what you want to share. Yes, something is
Instead of God coming to us,
Yes.
I envisage me going towards God. Maybe we should.
You going towards God? It's fine.
Going to Tirumala Prabhu.
Absolutely fine. Ready for the next technique? Go ahead, close your eyes again. Sit up with your back and neck straight. Take a deep breath. Center yourself. In this technique, ask God to come to you in
this moment, right now, to appear to you. Otherwise, you will die. Focus on your urge to have the divine darshan, sparshan, and sampashan. Call out to God like you have never called before. He is anyways in you, around you, above you, and below you. Ask him to reveal himself. Strengthen your urge like never before. Nothing in life is more important than this. He is your mother, your father, your best friend. Be like a child, demanding that he appear to you right now. Let this be your greatest desire, the desire for God. Everything else is entertainment. Let your power, your devotion be so strong that he is left with no option but to appear in any form. Rama, Krishna, Durga, Jesus, Buddha, or the formless. Now see God leaving everything and just coming to you. You are the most important thing to him right now. comes to you and hugs you. He has tears of joy at being able to meet his child. Stay in this divine embrace for some time, soaking in the divine love. Express your gratitude for this experience and gradually come back. Would anybody like to share how this was? Anything.
Okay, at least we can share. Which of the two techniques did you find better? First one or the second one? What worked for you? First one. First one where you are seeing God come towards you.
Second is in the story form.
Second one is?
Like story form.
Okay.
The focus is devotion in the second technique, where you are focusing on that feeling that you are really calling out to God.
The urge for that union with God. The stronger that urge is, that's when you can experience that completely. So the second technique was focusing on that urge, developing that urge for communion, for telling God that now I will die if you don't appear in front of me.
Shall we move on to the third technique in this category? Go ahead again, close your eyes. In this technique, sitting with your back and neck straight, sitting cross-legged, with fingers in the Dhyan Mudra resting on your knees. Now ask God to meditate through you. You can imagine any form of God. Sitting in the meditative posture. You are merging with God. There is no you, it's only Him. His breath is your breath. He is breathing through you. He is meditating through you. Ask Him to always meditate through you. this experience and gently come back.
Look at these three techniques. In the first technique, we were seeing God as separate from us. So there is a concept of your own self and then God coming towards you. In the second step, the second meditation, you found that urge for experiencing God to become stronger. And in the third step, the third meditation, you are seeing God and you as one. So you see, that is how you progress. So from seeing separation, you move towards seeing oneness, yourself and God as one. You are different from God, you are God. So this is how, if you practice in this way, step by step, then you can expect to experience that oneness.
And you can choose whichever of these techniques has worked the best for you. But stick to it. And again, coming back, right time, right posture, right place, and right breathing. And practice this. You can do this for as long as you want. There is no time limit on this. Now we are going to share with you a very fun technique. Most of us have this identification with the body, with the mind, with the ego. That we are the body, we are the mind, we are our desires, we are limited by this. But the truth is that we are limitless beings. Okay? Now, the greatest difficulty that comes in meditation is really controlling the mind. Right? The mind is always going this way, that way. And some of you would have experienced that just when you're about to sit down to meditation, immediately the mind comes up and says, "Oh God, you have to pay that bill. You know, why are you meditating? Get up and take care of it. Take that call, it's very important," and so forth, right? These are all what we call the monkey mind tricks, or rather the mad monkey mind. We are all busy trying to, actually many times we follow the mind so much that we allow it to become the master. But the practice, the spiritual practices are to help us to understand that we should master the mind and be the mastermind. Now in this technique, it's a very simple technique. What you're going to do is just, all of you take out your thumbs. Now just look at your thumb. You can keep the thumb in front of you like this comfortably. All you're going to do is look at your thumb for 12 seconds. Right. Now you will have thoughts. Thoughts will come and go. But don't look at, "Oh, I wish I cut my nail," or something. No. Simply look at the thumb. You can blink, breathe easily, and your time starts now. I'm going to count for you. Stop. Relax. How did that feel? Simple, right? That's all it took. This can be done anytime. It can be done as many times. What is said is that this meditation is the essence of all meditations, because you're completely with the object. Right? Ramana Maharishi used to look at a star for 11 seconds, and he said that is enough for self-realization. Yogananda Paramahamsa, he used to look at the light of a lamp for 11 seconds, and that was enough. And now we are being shown this technique. Just do this for 11 seconds. If this is done for 3 months, it gives you exquisite concentration. Also, it allows you to be in the present moment. Most of you have you're caught up in so many things are happening at the same time, right? So instead of allowing the mind to go here and there and rushing and creating more anxiety, just take a deep breath into your thumb. 12 seconds. Everybody has 12 seconds. Then you will realize that whatever you're doing, you're actually doing it better. Whatever you're doing, the quality of that is much more because you're completely in the moment and making whatever you do your meditation. Okay? So now remember, breathe easily when you're doing this. Many people feel if I hold my breath, I won't have thoughts. So just breathe easily. And you can blink also. Okay? Now remember, you may have thoughts, but let the thoughts come and go. Don't run after the thoughts. You're not using your time for meditation to solve problems. Okay? You're not trying to analyze. Nothing. These thoughts really, when you're on the airport or the railway station, you see so many people come and go. You don't go and talk to everybody. You don't go and shake hands with everybody. You don't go and tell them come home. You just watch them. They come, they go. Thoughts are like that. Let them come, let them go. So shall we do this again? Be comfortable. You can just rest your hand in the lap also if you want. Like when you have tables, you can rest your hand comfortably like this. Okay. So go ahead and your time starts now. Stop.
Something more about this car. Simply just one.
It is, and the impact is fantastic.
This helps you to empty your mind, putting your total focus on the thumb and just observing the thoughts, letting them come and go. You're essentially emptying everything that is there in your mind.
And by this thumb only.
The thumb, because it's easy, it's part of your body. So wherever you are, you can do it. You don't have to take an object or light a lamp or anything extra. So that's why the thumb.
What is also allowed in this technique is you can choose an object. Like let's say you have a speck on the wall. You can choose you can stare at that speck. Right? You can choose anything. Some people like to choose a photograph of a god form or a light form of light, a lamp of light, the light of a lamp. That's also fine. But the thumb, because it's always with you.
So whenever you have time and you wish to meditate, you can just pull out your thumb and start.
And by this 11 second or 12 second.
Yeah, they say because 11 seconds in meditation terms is called a muhurta. So when you're doing, it's actually a little more than 11 and a little less than 12. So you're completing one muhurta. Any other feedback on the thumb meditation?
And like she said, it really improves your concentration. So during the day, you can do it at specific intervals, say every 2 hours or 3 hours, or whenever you wish to refresh your mind. Say there's too much work, too much happening in the mind at a particular time. You just want to take a break to refresh your mind, to just empty of all that conflict that is going on. You can just do this for 12 seconds. It will give you that extra energy and more clarity to then deal with the next set of events.
So one cycle you do for 12
12 seconds.
You can
A few things to this, you can gradually increase the time. You can double it. Let's say you say that you do it 12 seconds for a couple of months. And then increase it, make it 2 minutes. And then increase it, make it 5 minutes. You can set reminders on your phone for thumb meditation.
You can judge your own, pace. Whenever you feel I'm comfortable with 12 seconds, then I can do more without any obstruction. So easily I'm able to move to more than 12 seconds, and you can increase it to that much more.
The goal is 28 minutes.
What's the significance?
28 minutes, you experience samadhi.
And again, what is samadhi?
It's an absolute equanimity. Now with the thumb meditation also, when you find yourself getting angry, you find yourself having unpleasant emotions, instead of giving in to the emotions, do the thumb. Just be aware of what's happening to you. So instead of totally going all out and being angry, take a deep breath into your thumb for 12 seconds. And then see what happens. You're able to process the emotions beautifully. You're not controlled by them anymore. So let's revise what have we done today. So we would like you to tell us. So let's start with what is meditation? So I can't hear.
Connecting with the God.
Very fine. Communion with God, connecting with the God Self. Why should we connect?
To bring the God in ourselves.
Yes. For happiness, for good health.
Peace of mind.
Yes. Fine. Yes. Control the emotions. Yes. Control the mind. What are the properties of meditation? All here, please. Answer key is right here. Proper place, proper posture. Yeah. What about proper place? What is the proper place? Any place. Yeah, any place, but stick to that place. In the puja is fine. Any other place that you feel comfortable. It could be the balcony in your home. But stick to that place. Don't change the spots. Proper posture. What is the proper posture?
Straight side. Next step.
This mudra. Yeah. Proper time. Sunrise and sunset are also good times. But again, stick to one time. Proper breathing.
Stomach out.
As you breathe in,
Proper food. What's the proper food? What's the proper diet?
Fresh. Always fresh.
Very good. What are the techniques for meditation? The first technique that we did. Sola. So remember the inhalation, the pause and the exhalation, all three are the same duration. Even after the exhalation, you may feel the need for a pause. Okay, and that's fine too. Actually, that is when you experience real silence. That pause is when you experience silence. Then the next technique, the first of the loving God techniques. On the God, right? You're focusing on the form. The second technique? The urge to God. The third? Right. God is meditating through you. Okay. Then finally? Now, please choose any or all the techniques. Really benefit. Okay. So if we look at our being, we are 95% subconscious. So 95% of our beings is the subconscious mind. So actually what's going on inside, nobody knows. So that's why they say that, if you look at cancer patients, it's really till the third stage that they don't realize that there's cancer. So look at what's happening inside. You're not able to realize anything. The next part is where you have the conscious mind and then superconscious mind. So the goal is to always realize the superconscious. But however, we have all three, but the subconscious being 95%. So as you are meditating, you are able to see what's happening. We are able to see the vasanas and the samskaras that we are holding on to. Let's say if you have a certain resistance or a certain habit that probably has come from past births, then you become aware of that. And in meditation, you become very self-aware, and then you work on releasing it.
So what is in your subconscious mind, through the meditation, comes to your conscious awareness, so that you can deal with it, so that you can heal it, and then get it out of your way, so that you don't get stuck in that cycle of birth and death. So that is also one of the additional benefits of meditation, a greater benefit of meditation.
We also recommend usage of crystals for meditation. Crystals are fantastic, amplifiers of energy. So either you can wear one or you can hold one while meditating. These wearing stones for rings doesn't do much. It doesn't have enough energy to raise your awareness. But maybe holding one or wearing one, a mala, helps you to actually experience more silence and silence your mind better. So we all urge you to practice. In the olden days when they used to make fire, they used to take 2 sticks of wood and rub it, right? And they would rub it with a lot of intensity, correct? And only then the fire would light up. Well, that is how our practice has to be. If they rub the sticks today, and then came back after 1 week and tried to rub it again, nothing will happen, right? The fire won't light up. Such should be the practice of your meditation. We do it with so much intensity and perseverance, and light the fire of divinity within you. Yes. Practice.
That is one of these two. You just have intensity, too much intensity, but no perseverance, even then the fire will not light. But it has a lot of perseverance, but no intensity, even then the fire will not light. So that's why both things are necessary. Perseverance as well as intensity when you're doing meditation to light the fire.
You see, intensity as well as calmness. Are they not contradicting each other?
So intensity is the depth, the intensity of the depth with which you want to do it. How badly do you want to do it?
What should you want it out? Something?
Well, because it's pointing you to the truth of who you really are. You're not the body, you're not the mind, definitely not the ego.
Unconsciously, we are all searching our pursuit of happiness or whatever we want in life, whether we think that we want love from relationships or happiness or joy or a good career. Unconsciously, it's all an urge to realize who we truly are. What we're truly seeking is that love of God, the inner communion, which we don't get from outside.
We are groping for these things outside of us, but somehow it doesn't give you that joy, that real joy. You strive for it, but when you get it, it's like it wasn't what you thought it would be. You never feel complete. You always feel a vacuum within you. There's some part of you which is still seeking something more. And what you're really seeking is that you are divine, you are love. And as they say, all that you're seeking outside of you is really within you. So as you seek this truth, and meditation being one way is to do that, you find this happiness is everlasting happiness.
Very often people mistake satisfaction for happiness and they get into that.
Any questions? Anything else you can answer?
You were talking about the distortion, right? Where exactly?
So we provide very good crystals. Very highly energized crystals. Can you come on that side?
also you have a lot of crystals there. It can also give you information about the crystals. It's called devasunlimited.com.
So how many of you are going to go back and meditate?
Some meditation.
It's 12 seconds.
It's a kind of very, very beneficial meditation.
So we'd like to bring this workshop to an end.
We had 2 days back, we were experiencing mind-body connect by Shaguna. Now, today, we are fortunate to have Shaguna sisters at Jugalbandi. When we refer to Jugalbandi, we think of two different things. Normal. But unlike the traditional Jugalbandi, we have Jugalbandi of the same frequency and the same subject for realization of oneself. All of us on behalf of ACB, we should thank Shaguna sisters for spending so much of time here. If I am not mistaken, don't please mistake me. We are more thankful to our director. As ma'am is passionate about oneself, she is also passionate about our work also. And suddenly we see when we meet our ma'am, yes, let's have a meeting on personal development. Suddenly, we never see such kind of interaction with senior officers. We have